Hi guys, it's Aimie Bishop, my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited. I finally got my Bridgerton inspired printables done, okay, which will be in my Etsy shop. And I'm going to show you what they look like. So, but what I want to talk about first is this is going to be a Bridgerton inspired junk journal challenge. Ooh, that was a mouthful. A Bridgerton junk. Oh my God, a Bridgerton inspired junk journal challenge. So all it is this. You don't have to use my printables to participate, but I wanted to make a junk journal based on the movie Bridgerton, or the TV show, or the series, the Netflix series Bridgerton. I am obsessed with it. I love Shonda Rhimes. She's the one who produces all of it. She's the one who did How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal, and now she's doing Bridgerton. They're on their third one. Really, it's the fourth one, because then in between they had the one about the Queen. Anyway, so if you're a Bridgerton fan, join this. This is going to be so much fun. I also have a group called Our Magical Little Place. So what you can do is, as you get done with, like, maybe your cover, okay, take a picture of your cover, share it with us. If you finish a page or two in your junk journal, share it with us. If you have, if you're making different little elements and ephemera type of stuff to go in your junk journal, share that with us. Because every week I'm going to come on with showing you guys different things that you can put into your junk journals, so you can share all that. If you're making videos yourself on YouTube, share links for that. If you're selling junk journals, you can leave links for that. It's just a great one-shop place to get inspired, to let us to get inspired, to inspire others. Share. If you have an Etsy shop, if you have a shop period and you're making stuff, you can post links. So I'm going to show you my printables. So if you do want to use my Bridgerton inspired printables, you can purchase those. They are, every 5 pages is $2. So if you were to buy the whole set, it's only $10. But you can choose, you know, you can say, oh, I like these 5, I like these 5, I like these 5. It's only $2. And then you print them off yourself. Also, today, with the printables, we're going to create library pockets. And every week, I'm going to come to you with probably 2 projects a week of different things that you can put into your junk journal, okay? So these are how to make your own library pockets. Look how fabulous this is. We will talk about how I made them. See how it's a library pocket? Here's another one. Aren't they fun? I love them. Super easy, you guys. Super, super, super easy. And then look at this one. And I am mixing pattern pieces with my printables. So, and this is the thing too, when you make a junk journal, use everything, you know, use coffee dyed paper, use some of my printables, use some of the stuff that you already have. Just get real creative with it, and it makes it more fun. Okay. This is my junk journal. Now, it's all set up, and I'll show it to you, and I'll share this with you in a second. Let me first show you the printables. So we're just going to go through them, and everything on the printables is really related. I won't talk about each one. It'll take forever. They're related to the movie. So the things that you're seeing on here are usually in the movie. I'll tell you the first thing. Like all of the pen nibs, that's in the movie. Like they're always writing with those beautiful calligraphy pens. They all have their beautiful gardens, and they all love flowers and florals, and they do them up in huge arrangements for the balls and all of that, and just for their homes every day. Anthony is obsessed with time. Then the bee, the bee is who ended up killing their father. The crown for the queen and the king. The music notes in the back is all the dancing and all the balls. The book pages represents, like, they're always reading, you know, they don't do anything all day. They're just waiting to marry someone. So they're always reading a book. Okay, or sewing, or, you know, doing some stitches. So anyway, I won't go through every one of them. Oh, and then here's a teapot on here. Because, you know, they're English. Of course, they always drink tea. Okay, so I'm just going to show them to you. Oh, and these ones right here are all, they are horizontal, which means horizontal is this way, or landscape, so that you can fold them right into a signature. So, and these are all my own collages, mixed media collages that I made, and then I turned them into printables. So, and since they're mixed media collages, they can be folded any which way. There's not a beginning or an end, okay? And I made them this way so that you can just fold them, and that can be a part of a signature, okay? Okay, so here's the next one. The Queen bought some peacocks, and she's so snobby sometimes. I love her, but she's a little snobby sometimes. She was disappointed because they didn't fly through the air. He goes, well, I can put them on top of a tree or something, and they can glide down. She looked at him like he was crazy. I guess at the time, peacocks were new. It's like, girl, don't you know peacocks are beautiful? So, I won't go, like I said, I won't go through everything on here, but if you watch the movie Bridgerton, you'll look at almost everything on here and be like, oh yeah, the crown represents the queen, king, and the crown. Anthony, always being obsessed with time. Ledger paper. Anthony, again, always, and the men, always going over their ledgers. So, a link to my Etsy shop is below, so you can click on that and go check out the printables if you want. And like I said, you don't have to buy my printables to be in the challenge. You can use your own papers or papers you make. But if you do like my papers, I'd appreciate it, and you can purchase some of them. And maybe you only want to purchase 5, and then you want to use a bunch of stuff that you already have that's very much Bridgerton inspired. What I did is I used all of my Bridgerton inspired printables and then mixed them with coffee dye paper, which I'm going to show you my journal here in a second. The pages aren't all decorated. It's just, I just set up my my junk journal. I love this one with the teacup. Isn't that gorgeous? Because their big thing is drinking tea. They always, a cup of tea for everything. Or every afternoon, a cup of tea and some crumpets or biscuits. Lots of bees on this one. And lots of florals and another teapot and little teacups. Okay. Okay, now these ones are done vertically. And the ones that are done vertically are all together 5 for $2. Except for one page is horizontal. You have to do it in sets of 5 with Etsy. It's the way that it works. You can't do any more than 5. So anyway, these are vertical, and these ones right here, the reason I made these ones vertical, these are really good to do different projects with. Like if you want to just cut them out for tags. If you want to make tags like embellished tags, which we're going to do. If you want to make those library pockets, these would be great for the library pockets. So there's all kinds of stuff great for these vertical sheets. These are really mystical and magical. This one's kind of fun. I put this, the Bank of Prosperity, because they're very into marrying well. You'll see that in that show. They're very into marrying well. It's all about marrying well. And if they are about to be poor, they have to hurry up and marry so they can save the entire family. It's insane. And this stuff really went on. That's what's crazy. But it's really good. It's really, really good. Shonda Rhimes did a great job. And they were books already written. I'm trying to think who wrote the darn books. I can't think of the person's name who wrote the books. If you know, you can put in the description below. But she decided to produce them and make them into movies. And I am so addicted. Oh my God. Oh, the new one comes out, I think, the 16th of May on Netflix. And if you don't have Netflix, what are you doing with your life? No, I'm just kidding. If you don't have Netflix, it's worth getting it. Just to watch Bridgerton series. It's that good. Okay, now this is the one. Remember I said these are all vertical except for this one. So there'll be 4 verticals and 1 horizontal because I had to, the way I had to divide them up anyway. I love these. I love this. You're going to see this in like on 3 pages. Done differently, collaged in differently, but you're going to see that little, because I just love those birds in the nest. Like all this nature and gardens. They're so about all the nature and their beautiful gardens and tea and the flowers and the roses. And so, yeah, this all just goes together. This to me is so Bridgerton inspired, this page. Okay, so let me show you my journal. We'll talk about my journal and then we will start making the library pockets. Okay. And like I said, twice a week, I will come to you guys with different things, making different things for your junk journal using the, using my printables. For the most part, like I'm going to mix pattern pieces today into what we're doing. Okay, so I make my junk journal out of a book. So I rip the guts out of it. So this is the guts of this book. Okay, you don't rip it out. You just cut it out like this here and here with like a, you know, a little, what's that knife called? Yeah, that utility knife. Okay, keep your pages because you can use all of this for junk journaling, for art journaling, or in this book. So keep the guts. And then I collaged with my printables. So I ripped them up in different areas and collaged them all on this book. And I made sure to always fold them over, and so that way you don't end up showing, like I think this book was red. I don't want to see no red book. So fold it over so that you never see that. And you're going to collage on top of that anyway. So every time you get to the edge, fold it over so that you just have nice seams right there. But isn't this pretty? I love this. And I love the size. The size I got, this is around the size book you want to get. Go to Dollar Tree, get yourself a book for $1. Or if not, look through your own books. This book is 9.5. Yeah, 9.5 in length and 6 1/4 in width. So that's what you're going to want, a book around that size, because you just want to be able to take the pages that are, take these pages that are horizontal and be able just to fold them in half, right? So you fold them in half and you're able to make your signature, okay? Because I made them horizontal to be able to do that. Okay. So there's it. Okay, now this is the binding that I used. Super simple. You know what I did is sometimes they'll do in the center here to bind the signatures. They'll do 1, 2, 3 holes, which means you're going to do one signature here, one signature here, one signature here. I just strung them all through the same hole. Now, I'm going to explain what I did, but I'm not going to do a step-by-step of how to create this journal and how to do the signatures and all that. I have a couple of videos that if you've never done this part, you can watch the videos. I would make a video, but you guys, there's so many videos out there, and I found some videos for you. They're in the description box. It'll show you how to take a book and rip out the guts and set yourself up for your signatures and how to sew the signatures in, okay? So those videos links will be in the description box. This is the back. And all of this was collaged. This might I might put a clear coat on here, a glossy clear coat, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of loving the matte look of it all, so I don't know. Okay, so this is the inside. Again, all collaged. And then inside, all collage. Isn't it just beautiful? And I just love the way it feels in my hands and everything. Okay, so this is the first signature right here. Okay, and it is sewn in. It is sewn in. And I just told you that inside of here, sometimes they'll put 1, 2, 3 holes inside of the ditch here. Okay, 3 holes here in the top, 3 in the middle, and 3 at the bottom. I just did 1, 2, 3 and just sewed all my signatures in those holes. If you're not what I'm saying, you can watch those videos and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, and you can decide which way you want to go. And if you don't like the videos that I'm showing you, or it's not registering with you, then just simply look up some more videos. What you want to do is how to make a junk journal out of a book, and how to sew signatures in for a junk journal. Okay, so if you don't like my videos that I'm showing you, but the girls that I watch I think were pretty good. Okay, so this is the first signature that I sewed in. Okay, using my printables. So I just want to show you. See how you just take them because they're horizontal, and you just fold them in half, and you fold them all into each other till you have this one signature right here. See, this is the second signature, and then the third signature. So this is what the first page looks like. Now, none of the pages are decorated, or nothing's done to them yet. I just set everything up, but they will be getting. The other thing I wanted to show you guys what I did was, okay, if you want to make yours double-sided, you can print on both sides. But what I did is, I was going to spray them with coffee, but then the coffee started bleeding through and it was a mess, okay? So what I did is I took Distress Oxide called, it's Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Antique Linen. You guys, this one is fabulous. That's what gave me this page. Look how nice and just like vintagey and distressed that looks. And I just took it right here like this. And from here, I just went like this in circles. All over the page. Right off of this. Okay? So all the backs of the pages are white. I use this. Okay? So again, antique linen. Okay? A lot of times we use vintage photo, but antique linen I think works better for this because you want such a soft look. Now you could take some vintage photo and go around the edges if you want, or a little bit in through here. That'd be fine too. Whatever you want to do. So this is the next page. And you're going to see every time on this side that antique linen. This is another page. Now, this is when I told you I did some coffee stained paper. So this is the other side of this page, but then this is some coffee dyed paper that I did. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to show you, I want to tell you a really quick way to make coffee dyed paper, and then we're going to get started here in just a minute with doing everything. What I like to do is I like to take, get a bottle from Dollar Tree, get the instant coffee from Dollar Tree, mix this solution up, 1 cup of water, 3/4 cup of instant coffee. Pour in a little bit of alcohol. That's your preservative, so it doesn't get spoiled, so it doesn't go rancid or spoil on you. Then get a cookie sheet and a bunch of, get some cardstock and some printer paper and anything else you want to coffee stain. And then just spray them. Just lay them out on the cookie sheet, spray them, layer another layer, spray them, another layer, spray them. It goes so much quicker, you guys, than a lot of the other ways I used to do it. Then take that whole cookie sheet outside and let them dry. Don't put them in the oven. I used to do that, but it bakes the papers and makes them crispy. Anyway, I just want to try to share that with you because it's a really quick, easy way of doing coffee dyed papers. And you can coffee dye anything. If you have like things that look like love letters and stuff, coffee dye those. Oh, we're already 19 minutes in. Okay, again, this is more coffee dyed paper, and this is more of the on the other side. Oh, I used a little bit of the vintage photo right there on the edge. Okay. And then this is the center. So both pages are with the antique linen. Another printable. more coffee dyed paper. And the coffee dyed paper, okay. Oh, I did copy, I want to tell you this. I did copy my printables onto cardstock. And the reason I did that is because I want to be able to make pockets and all kinds of stuff like that. And it just lends itself to being able to do more stuff with it. But then the coffee dyed paper, I actually use printer paper for that. And this is more like my journaling side, okay? We can still decorate the journaling side too, okay? Just want to let you guys know that. Again, coffee dyed. Oh, and I also did coffee dye some cardstock too. So I coffee dyed both. So this is coffee dyed cardstock. This is coffee dyed printer paper. So it gives you a mixture of stuff to work with. But when you want to add like pockets on and all kinds of stuff, sometimes it's just easier to do it on the cardstock side because it's heavier duty. But the paper side is also great for, really great for journaling on, for journaling space. Okay, so that was signature one. This is the second signature. I'm just going to go quickly because I've explained everything now. But because the papers are so pretty, I mean, it's just almost done for you. Because the papers are so pretty. You could just have this for your journal and not do a darn thing with it. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do a bunch of fun stuff with this. Look how cool that coffee dye paper turned out. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, there's that signature. And here's the last signature. I put 3 signatures in here. And you can throw any papers in here that you want. You can do coffee dye paper, tea dye paper, any other papers that you have, you know, all your craft papers. Cut them up and put them in here. If you have whatever papers you want to use, you can put in your journal. Okay, so there we go, and there's the end. Okay, so we will also work in the journal together too. I'll work a lot on my journal off camera, but I will work in my journal on camera, and then I will be posting in the group. So please join our group called Our Magical Little Place so that you can share, be inspired, and all of that, and have a place to post your beautiful work so we can all see it. Okay, so next. Okay, so we're going to make these library pockets, okay? So we'll make each one of these. I think we'll make all 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is coming unglued. Put this in here in this one. So we'll make all 4 of these, okay? Or at least 3 of these. All right, let's do the first one like this one. Okay, so what you want to do is get yourself a piece of cardstock, and if you have a paper slicer, this is what a paper slicer is. This is a tool I always recommend getting, this paper slicer. This will make your job so much easier. Take your paper slicer if you have one. If not, just use your ruler and some scissors. But you want to cut out a piece of cardstock the length of 6.5 inches and a width of 3 3/4 inches. Okay, and that's what the size of this is, because this is going to make the perfect library pocket. Okay, perfect size that'll fit into your junk journal well. Okay, so and you can just use this as a pattern. Okay, so let me put all this over here. And what do we use for this? Okay, so what I used for this is the back of a pattern. Okay, so this is a pattern here. I got a bunch of patterns at a garage sale. It was a big, huge box of them, and she was selling them for like $1/4 each. I said, how much for the whole thing? She goes, $5. I go, okay. So I have patterns for days. So anyway, it's the back of the pattern here is what I used. So we're going to use that for the pocket part, okay? And then here's the tag. And then this right here is my, what is that? Is my printables. So let's get one of my printables out. And I'm using cardstock for these. Okay. And the first thing I like to do with the printable, I gotta lift this up, is I like to get the white edges off. There's a little bit of a white edge on here. Just trim that off. I think, oh yeah, the ones that I put in my journal, I don't think I trimmed the white edges off, did I? No, I didn't. So when you, it's up to you, but you don't have to trim, when you use them to fold them in half to make signatures, I left that white trim, I left the white trim on there. I think it looks great. It's just when I'm going to use them to make these, I'm going to use them to make these library cards. Because what will end up happening is there'll be white edges on some and not on others, so it won't look right. So, anyway. All right. So we have our little pattern here. And I'm just looking at where I'm at, like something I want to include in here. And I really would like to include this here in the middle. Seems like I'll be wasting so much. Okay, let's do it. Oh, I don't care. I want to do what I want to do, right? You know, let's do it like this because let's just make it easier on myself. Let's do it right here. Okay, let me get a paper clip. All right, so I'm just paper clipping this on like this so that it holds together while I cut this out. I might want to do one more paper clip. Now I could put this in the paper slicer, but for this I think it'd just be easier just to use the scissors and to use, there we go, and use my pattern. So there we go. Look how nicely, perfectly cut, and look how pretty that is. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? Let's cut out one more right now, because we can now cut out those birds that I wanted to cut out. Right. Might as well trim this out right now. And I am using the vertical sheets to do this. You can use the horizontal sheets too. You can use anything for anything. This is just how I decided to do it. And I thought I'd share it with you. Oh, another thing. Keep all of your scraps because we're going to make paper clips and page embellishers, and you need scraps, and then the scraps will all match and go with your junk journal, your Bridgerton inspired junk journal. And then get yourself a plastic, let me show you. You get these, God, I would have this underneath everything. I think 3 come in a bag at Dollar Tree. See, they're plastic envelopes, and you can see. And you can put all of your scraps in something like this, and they'll all be scraps from this project. So your scraps will go along with what we're doing, okay? We're also going to make stamps out of these. So we're going to make stamps, page embellishers, and paper clips out of all these scraps. So keep all the scraps, okay? That's super important. And like I said, your scraps are from all your Bridgerton papers or your Bridgerton inspired papers. And so it's all going to go together. It's all going to look really good. Okay, so now we have 2 library bases to make these tags, right? And then we'll save this for something else. Okay, so now we need to measure out. Let me put this aside over here. I don't know what my neighbor is doing. Okay, so now I need to measure out. For one, I need to attach this. from this pattern piece. Now, if you don't have pattern pieces, you can do this with book pages. You could do this with music note pages, okay? You could just use the scrapbook paper and make the little pocket with the scrapbook paper or the printable if you want. It's all up to you, but this is just how I'm doing this. Now, this is flimsy paper, right? So I want to thicken this up. So we're going to get a piece of cardstock. Okay, I'm telling you guys, I'm completely organized and then I'm not organized at all. Okay, where's the cardstock? There it is. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to take a piece of cardstock. Just trim this out a little bit. There we go. And let's just trim this so I know the width that I'm working with. Look how beautiful these are. And these could just be tags too. Just put a hole in there and like a little piece of whatever, ribbon or whatever coming out of there. That'd be a gorgeous, just a tag. All right, the reason I did it like that is because I need this to be the same width as my tag, right? Because this is going to be the pocket. But this is too loosey-goosey, right? So let's take some glue stick. This Yoo-Hoo glue stick is good. And I also like an Avery glue stick. A-V-E-R-Y. That's another good glue stick. Make sure you use good glue sticks. And then you never have to worry. If you use a good glue stick, you don't have to worry about your things coming apart. What's another good one? Elmer's makes a good glue stick too. All right, so I'm just going to put this down here. Now this is just to make it now so that the page is thickened up. And we've already measured it, right, against this to get the right size. And let's cut this out. Like I said, I don't know what the heck my neighbor is doing. My neighbor's so talented though, he could build a house. He built onto his garage, a whole room he turned his garage to a whole nother room. And I'm talking like, enclosed the whole thing, air conditioner, nice smooth walls, everything. It just looks like it was built like that. Really nice. Okay. So now, see, now we have this. And now we have, it's thicker now, like a piece of cardstock. So now let's take one of these. And we want to make this into a pocket for here at the bottom. And there's several lines on here, so I could just choose a line about how deep I want this pocket. I want it right here. So since there's these lines here, I'm just going to follow the line that's already there. And if you want to make sure you're straight, if you don't have a line there, you can put it on your paper slicer or use a ruler. But I had a line there, so that was perfect. And then we're going to use my double stick tape, see, and put that on there. And then that's going to be a pocket, see? And what I love is mixing the pattern instructions with this. And the reason I'm doing the pattern instructions is because in Bridgerton, they are all about how they're dressed, their dresses, their ball gowns. There's a lady in there. She's the, like basically the town's, she dresses everybody and she makes all the dresses. So, pattern to me, these patterns and pattern pieces and pattern is perfect to put in this journal. Okay. Get your double stick tape from Dollar Tree. It is excellent double stick tape. It's in the craft section, and pick it up there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some vintage photo and just give this a little on the edge, just to make things look more finished. There we go. And I used Vintage Photo for that. If you don't have distressed inks, you can use anything. You can use any of your inks and do that. And I wore today my teapot ring because, you know, they're very much into their tea and tea time in this movie. And at that time, so look, this is a teapot. Isn't that fabulous? HSN had a line called Heidi Doss, and I love her stuff. I think she's still on there. And all her jewelry is like this. It's just gorgeous. And I seen that teapot, and I was like, I have to have that. I collect teapots and teacups, and I love drinking tea, so yeah, it was right up my alley. Okay, so I'm putting the tape on all 3 sides. So it's on all 3 sides, see? 1, 2, 3, but not up here because that's going to be the top of the pocket, okay? Then you need something that has a little sharpness to it. You guys, I am so happy to be junk journaling, like pure junk journaling, like not art journaling, but junk journaling. Basically, I did do art or mixed media when I created this, because I did, when I made this these printables, it's my mixed media collages is how I made them. So okay, so now let's take this and glue this right on. I actually didn't glue that on as straight as I could have, but you know what? We're gonna be fine. Look how cool that looks. Isn't that fabulous? And then really cement this on here. And in fact, you know what? Just to make it look a little bit better, I'm just going to trim this a little bit because I got off a little bit. There we go. Hopefully this looks good still. Yeah, it looks fine. Okay. So really just make sure that this is well on here. And if you want to take a little distress ink, you can distress this a little bit. Let me get one of my... These brushes are great for, they're great for your inks. And you get them at Dollar Tree in the makeup section. Okay. And if you want, you can just take and just distress this a little bit. You don't have to if you don't want to. Sorry about that, you guys, my mat. My mat lost one of the things on here. I need to do something about that. Anyway, because it's kind of annoying. So, look how that looks. Isn't that fabulous? In fact, you know what? We can just take whatever's left on the brush and just kind of go over it just to age it a little bit more real lightly so it doesn't look too... There we go. Doesn't that look better? Doesn't look like it naturally aged like that. I love it. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is... you don't have to have a corner chomper, okay? But I love corner chompers. I have 2 different ones. This one gives me a stub corner chomp, a deco, and then this one's just a rounded one, 1/4 and 1/2 inch, okay? I'm going to first just show you the regular corner chomper. Now, they have small, you don't have, this one is like probably 30 bucks. Use a coupon at Michael's or Joann's if you're going to get this. It's We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dial Corner Chomper. They also sell, and I can't find mine right now, they do sell just singular corner chompers that are about this small, okay? And the reason I have this one, I can go through the thickest cardboard, I can go through leather, all kinds of stuff, but this is not necessary. To get yourself just a small, called a corner chomper if you don't have it, okay? And it just makes this, finishes off these edges, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch, not the 1/2 inch on this one. So you open it up like that, so it's closed, and you open it up. And I know most of you guys know how to do this, but there's always people, this is all new to them. And I remember it was new to me, and people weren't explaining things. I'm like, okay, where do you get that? How does that work? What is that called? So I kind of just try not to assume everybody knows all these different things. But see what it does? See how it just makes the edge, how pretty it makes and finishes it off? Look how nice that looks now. And then, where did I put the tags? I know I had some. Okay, it has to be right here on top. I'm just looking for a tag to put in here, just so you can see it. I had some tags. What did I do with them? Are they right here? Oh, here they are. Can't see what's in front of your face. Like, see this little tag here? In fact, let me show you this. Now, this is another corner chomper. Believe it or not, this was 30 bucks. I used a coupon. I probably got it for 15. This is another corner chomper. We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dial Corner Chomper. I picked this up for 5 bucks. I almost passed out. This is like 10, 12 years ago. I was walking by and I went, what? He goes, you better pick that up. Well, we were clearing that out for 5 bucks. I'm like, I picked it up instantly. I could not believe it. So this one is a little bit fancier. It has a stub, and then it also has a deco. So we're going to use the deco. We're going to use the stub for this little tag. So I just want to show you. Okay. I'm going to show you the kind of corner it leaves. And these tools are so nice that once you buy them, you don't buy them again. You pretty much have them pretty much for life. See how that makes that? Isn't that cool? And I'll use the deco side on another thing, but I just want to show you that. Isn't that look neat? And now it looks like a ticket. Okay, so anyway, and there's our tag. Look how beautiful that is. Okay, so there's another one done. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Okay, so that goes with that one. All right, so let's do another one. All right, so let's do this one. This one is another part of the pattern, but it's using this part of the pattern. Hopefully this is, the width of this is enough to be a, oh, it's not. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Anyway, see how we use this part of the pattern? So what we're going to do is we're going to, again, glue this onto this piece of cardstock, since we're dealing with, I mean, we're dealing with, it's just paper. Patterns are made out of paper. And these are old patterns. I don't know from when, but they're old. So. Patterns are made out of flimsy paper anyway, but these are really flimsy because they're old. Okay. Let me get a baby wipe out. And so these library pockets can be put into a pocket inside your junk journal. Or they can be just glued on as a focal point in your junk journal, okay? Either way, kind of cool. All right. Glue this down. Excuse me, my nose is wrecked. Okay. Now let's trim this out. I'm so excited to be doing pure, I do junk journaling, but I mix junk journaling and art journaling together. It's so exciting for me to be just doing pure junk journaling. I haven't done that for so long because I'm always usually mix junk journaling or art journaling into it, but I just wanted to pure junk journal, especially for this whole Bridgerton thing. Now, if you want to make sure that you clean your scissors off with your baby wipe. I always have a baby wipe or a wet paper towel. Just so your scissors don't get gunked up. I hate gunky scissors. And you will too. If you keep forgetting to clean them up. Okay, so. Oh, I know. I wanted to make this a little bit bigger. All right, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. What's happening is the pocket is not wide enough. That this here isn't wide enough. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to correct that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a regular piece of, I'm going to decide how long I want this. So I want the pocket to end up probably about right there, okay? So I'm lining that up there, cutting this off here, that excess. So you see what I'm saying? All right, so now you see what I did. So now this can be right in the middle of this whole thing. Yeah, okay. It's easier for me just to show you than to keep talking about it. So I'm lining that up, turn it over on the back, cut this across. Remember, don't throw any of this stuff away. Don't throw anything away. Just throw them in your scrap box. Okay, we're not completely straight here, and I may bust out my... Let's see if I can get it straight. If not, I'm going to bust out my paper slicer to get things straighter if I can't cut this straight. Let's see if I can cut it straight. All right, I cut it straight. All right, so see what I'm talking about? This now fits the width of the pocket. This doesn't fit the width of our base, okay? But it's going to be more like decor here. So this fits like the pocket. This is going to go on top of here. See? So we get that look, but the white will fit the base of the pocket. Hopefully I'm being clear enough. Now, this is too white, right? Let's take our antique linen. Remember I told you about how you can just take this and just go like this. And just do it in circles. And it gives you a really pretty antique paper, old paper look right off of the thing. And I didn't use this antique linen enough. I was always using just vintage photo all the time. But look how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look fabulous? Okay, so now I want to put this on here. And I just want this basically to be glued onto here. So do I want to glue it or do I want to tape it on? Let's glue it on. We'll just use my glue stick. Okay. And now you want to make sure you center this on here. The best, just eyeballing it. Okay. And that, all that, what's funny is everything we did just barely even shows. Look, because we put that over it. But now, this is the width of this, okay? By doing it like that, all right? Now we got our width right. This needs to be trimmed a little bit more. It's nice and straight. Hopefully that's straight enough here. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so the other thing we want to do is let's go around with some vintage photo on the edges, just to finish the edges off. Also, we can take a vintage photo, take it off of here, and just go around it just to age this up a little bit. And we're also going to use the antique linen on here. I'm going to show you another way to apply this to the antique linen to this whole thing. And I like to make sure that I really get the corners, because when something ages, isn't the corners what really takes the brunt of things? In my opinion. Okay. So also I have making sure that this is clean. Here's another. A lot of times I have them labeled, but I don't know. I was labeling them, but I can't always find the one I'm looking for, so I just wipe them off and use them. Okay, so this is the antique linen again. I'm going into that with this brush, with a different brush. This is the one I use for the vintage photo. And just going over this, just so that it gives that really natural age look. And kind of go into the vintage photo a little bit. Look how nice that looks. Does that look nice? And then let's just take whatever's left of the vintage photo and just kind of just go over things just a little bit, just to blend that out. Look how nice and aged that looks. These Tim Holtz Distress Oxides or Distress Inks, these are invaluable, okay, in your repertoire. Get those in your life as soon as possible if you don't already. Most of you guys I know have the Tim Holtz Distress Inks. So now we need to glue this whole piece onto the bottom of here to create our library pocket. We're not going to glue it. We're going to use the double stick tape. Where's the top of it? This is the top here. Okay. Aren't these library pockets so fun? Obsessed. We're going to put one of these library pockets in my junk journal, and it's just going to be like a focal point on a page. But also, the library pocket can go inside of another pocket that's in your junk journal. You know what, also, these library pockets would be really cool on the inside of your junk journal. Like, wouldn't it be cool to take one and put it, like, right here? Wouldn't that look cool, doing that? Putting it in the inside of your junk journal? That could be really cool, too. I probably want it, though, because I love the printables. I love how that printable looks right there, so I probably want it, but... And this video is going to be a little bit longer. We'll go for about an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes, which is a little longer. After this, it'll be just basically 45 minutes to an hour. But today I had to explain the whole challenge and stuff, so that's why it was a little bit longer. And I'll try to put this video at the end of all my videos. So if anybody joins in, they can go back to this video and get the whole gist of the challenge. The Bridgerton inspired junk journal challenge. I say inspired because, you know, it's like a TV show, and I can't be saying that it's Bridgerton, official Bridgerton anything. It's inspired. Okay. And really press that down so that it makes connection, and the pocket is really stuck in there. Isn't that nice? Okay, so now, remember I told you we'll use the deco side of this chomper so you can see what that looks like. So there it is. You open it up like that. You put your corner in like that. Jump down. This is really pretty too. It's one of my favorites. It's the deco, is that what it's called? Yeah. Make sure you really get it in there because I didn't get it good on that. Okay, there we go. Make sure you really get it into where it stops on that corner. Put that corner all the way in or it won't chomp it right. See the kind of edge you end up with? Isn't that pretty? Just a pretty little edge. Basically, you can see it best on that side. That's it. It's nothing major, but it finishes it off really nice. And if you want, you can also still take your vintage photo. And you don't have to use this. You can use your permanent inks. You can use any of your inks. This is just what I have right here. And go around all the edges of everything, even the card itself, even the library card. Just to finish things off a little bit. There we go. Because I don't, you know, I'm not going to get them out right now. I have little small ones. They're the Tim Holtz permanent ink, and they're little small ones. I love using those too. But this is what I have out right now. So, but look how fabulous that one turned out. Aren't these just so neat? I'm obsessed, obsessed. And then look, see how it goes in there? Isn't that cool? Love it. Okay, so there's another one. Okay, I'm going to show you another one. This one right here. This one's really neat. This is made out of the directions. Several pieces of the directions. I'm going to show you right now, and then a piece of my printable. So how this one works, and it's sewn. Now you don't have to sew it. You could take your glue stick and glue them all together. You could actually staple them, which look really, really cool to staple them, because staples look really cool too. You could do that, or you can sew it. And mine is sewn. Let me show you. See how it's sewn? I can turn off this light. That's too much light. Okay. See how it's sewn all the way around? Very cool. Okay, so how we do this one, what we do is, all right, so here are like the pattern piece, the pattern pieces, right? So, don't want to use that, or don't want to use, I think I want to use this one. Yeah. So let's use our pattern here so that we make sure we have the right size. And we are going to go right here and cut this out. Using the paper clips is like using pens, but for paper. So we can cut this out. It doesn't move. So use some paper clips. Okay, and keep all this. Keep all these things right here, because these are going to be great. That you can use these, all the little scraps like that. Make sure you keep them. Keep the scraps. And keep even this, keep everything. because you can, like I said, we're going to do a bunch of stuff with the scraps. And you're keeping the scraps of the stuff that you're doing, so it's going to match it really well. Okay, so then, did I? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. I was thinking that I put a piece of cardstock underneath this, but I didn't. What you're going to want to do is paper clip this together so this doesn't fall apart. Okay. So this doesn't fall apart. So you can take this to your sewing machine and sew it together. Okay, but before you're going to take that to your sewing machine and sew it together, we need to get the pocket on here, right? So let's make the pocket from one of my printables. What do we have left over here? I think if I have a little piece left, it's going to work. Okay. Let me get another printable out. Okay, so here's another one of my printables that I printed out. Okay, 2 of them. We're going to use this one. Isn't that pretty? Okay, first I'm going to cut all the white lines. So I know I'm off camera for just a second, guys. I'm just cutting all the white lines off. Okay. And then we need to match this up so that it'll be the same size as the pocket. Where do I want to put this at? All right, we'll do it right here. So you have to kind of look at it and see what you're interested in on the page. Okay, now we're going to have to trim. Now we got it the same width, right? But we need to trim this down, right? So that it's pocket. Oh, do I want to use this part, or do I want to use this part and trim this down, or do I want to use this part? All right, so I put it like this, so I kind of know where how tall I want this to be. I think like that. Yeah. And then go to the back and trim this off. If you're nervous, you can go ahead and put the paper clips on there to hold it. So there we go. Okay, so now there's your pocket. I need to make sure I don't want this piece on here. What this is, it gives us an opportunity to have 2 different ones. Do I want this or I want this one? Yeah, I think I'm going to make 2 different pockets out of those anyway. So we will put this one on here. Okay. This will go on here perfectly. All right, so let's take a little bit of our vintage photo and kind of go, oops, go on the edges. Okay. And we will glue this on, or not glue, tape this on. Now, if I wanted to, I could just like go ahead and just put this on the sewing machine and sew it on. Make sure you get some of this double stick tape in your life. Like I said, I was so happy when Dollar Tree started carrying the double stick tape, because I used to buy it at Tuesday Morning for $1.99, and that was a good price, because it used to be like $6, $7, $8, you guys, before I could buy it at Tuesday Mornings for $2. But then Dollar Tree came out for $1, and now $1.25. But that's still better. It used to be $6, $7, $8 to buy this double stick tape when it first came out, like 10 years ago. I don't know if that's when it came out or when it got popular, but all I know is it was way too expensive, and they only had it at the craft store. You could barely find it ever at like Joann's or Michael's or any of the craft stores. I'm looking for my little Sharpie tool to, where the heck is the little Sharpie tool? Where the heck is my little tool at? There it is. You get so much stuff on your desk that you start losing it. You just need something that's kind of sharp just to kind of pull the double stick tape, the little piece of paper off the top of the double stick tape. Okay, so let's take this, and we'll take this and put this on here. And as you can see, we are a tad bit off right here. Just a little bit, but who cares? It's fine. And then maybe go around the whole thing again, especially on this side. It'll finish that off because we are a little bit off there. And then just go around the edges just to give a little finishing off. And then what we'll do is we'll take this, make sure this is on here good. We'll take this to the sewing machine and sew all the way around. Here, 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 here. And it just gives that finished off look on a on the directions. Isn't that cool looking? This would be definitely one that I'd want to put in a pocket, because and not use as a focal point, because I love the side. The other thing you can do, let's just do it right now. You can take and make it a double library pocket card. Take this pocket here, put it on the back. So now you have a library pocket on this side, and this can just go right into a pocket inside of your junk journal. How cool is that? So let's do that really quick. Let me decide what the top of this is going to be. Yeah, that's the top there. Exciting! And this is just a fun afternoon. Just take an afternoon and make yourself a bunch of library pockets. Now, you can also get, you know what, I don't have any more. I think I've used them all. I gotta look in my stash. I actually ordered a long time ago, God, 10, 12 years ago, when I started making junk journals. They used to be called mini journals. You guys, mini books. Those were the first junk journals. They're called mini books. Anyway, the same thing as we're doing now. But anyway, 10, 12 years ago, I ordered library cards. Like the library cards that go in library books. And I also ordered really cool looking these library card envelopes that we're making. And it was really cool. I need to order some of, I'm going to look on eBay and order some library cards. When I first ordered them, I ordered them from a place that was school supplies online. And that's how I ordered them. But I'm sure I can just order them now on eBay or Amazon. I like to order stuff from eBay. It's way cheaper than Amazon most of the time. Okay. You know that little pick thing? I lost it again. Why do I keep losing that? Here it is. I love this little pokey tool. Any pokey tool will work. In fact, you know, a lot of us were beading pokey tools. Use those. You can use that to do this too. You can just, if you have a sharp pair of scissors, you can use that, like a little small sharp pair of scissors. That works good to remove this tape, to kind of lift it up. You're just trying to lift this piece up and then bam. And anything that I haven't explained and you want further explanation, just ask me below and I'll happily answer. Because like I said, when I very first started all of this, it would frustrate me because people would talk about things like everybody knows. I'm like, okay, I'm new to this and I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you get that. I don't know how much that is. So I always try to tell you guys how much things are, where to get them. Because I remember when I first started doing this, it was, you just need the information. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. And then look, that fits right in there. So what we need to do is we need to take this one to the sewing machine and sew all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. Okay? And that'll make sure that all the pieces here are sewn together. Now, I did do this on a selvage edge, which means this was folded. So this is all folded. A lot of times you'll do it, though, and all the pages are will come apart. But right here, all the pages are, it's not on a folded edge. So they need to be sewn. So once they're sewn, it basically makes a tag out of like 5 or 6 layers of pattern directions. Cool, huh? And like I said, the patterns really go with the movie or with the series because there's so much about their dresses. And there's this lady, she's like the dressmaker. She literally makes all the dresses and everything's around the dresses. Okay. When you watch it, you'll see. Okay. What time is it? 1:12. Okay. We're going to end the video here because I was going to make one more, but we kind of ran out of time. We're already at 1 hour and 15 minutes. But let me just show you this one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, let me show you this one, and then we gotta do the edges on this one. But here's another one. This one's out of music notes. So I used a music note page and backed it with cardstock, just like we did the other things. So if the paper's flimsy, like this was just, you know, out of a music notebook, I took the paper out, I measured it with this, okay, and then I backed it with cardstock. So we take the, you know, glue stick, put it on here, cut it out. And then this here is my printables. Pretty, huh? And then here's a tag. This was a piece of paper just left over. And I used my corner chomper. I used the stub part. And then just trimmed all the edges. See how cool that looks? And then put a little hole. And there's tags. So all your little small pieces can be turned into tags. Like this right here is a great opportunity for a tag. Okay, all you have to do is just square it out a little bit more because it's not squared very much. And I might even do it this way, even though it's going to be sideways. I would probably do it this way. Corner chomp it. Let me show you. Because if you corner chomp this right now, it's going to look fabulous. It's going to look like a tag. So when you see pieces like this, just hurry up and turn them into a tag real quick. Now look, doesn't that look like a tag now? Look at the, see? And then take a hole punch. Try to find the center. Just eyeball it. And there we go. And then you could take a piece, look at that. Doesn't that look like a nice little tag? And if you want, you can just take a piece of twine. in any of the tags. I usually put twine or fun fur in through here. So I have a bunch of fun fur over here on the side, and that's really fun to put in here too. And the tag. And I just pick up my twine like this from Dollar Tree. Where else? Look how nice that looks. And now you got a nice little tag that can it fit in here? Yeah, it fits right in here. How fabulous. And then you have this. So look how cool that looks. I love it. And then this one, like I said, looks like this one, right? We just have to take it to the sewing machine. So we'll take this off camera and go sew it up so it'll look like that stitched all the way around. But we do need to add the we need to do the corner chomping on this. So what do we want? Let's do the deco on these. Just don't want to chomp that. Now let's suppose you don't have a corner chomper. What do you do if you don't have a corner chomper? And you don't want to go buy one, you know, today. I understand. You can simply just take, suppose you have like this. This is your tag or whatever you're working with, and just take the edges and just go like this. See? And look how that finishes off the edges by just chomping the edges just a little bit. Now, when you try to round them, sometimes you round this one different than this. That's why I like to just do that to the sides, to the corners. See? And it was so simple. All I did was go like this. See? Okay. So if you don't want to go invest in a corner chomper right now, and you're like, I just want to do it right now, you don't have to, girl. Just do what I just did to the corners. Okay, I should have said that earlier. Sorry. Okay, so what we have is we have this one, which I love. We just have to put this one on the sewing machine. And you can put any of these on the sewing machine. Like I can go to all these and sew around them if I want to. We have this one. Remember, that's the music note paper. Okay. And you can take the, on the back of it if you want. You can, if this ends up just being a tag and you're not gluing it down, if you want to put this as a tag or as a pocket inside of another pocket in your journal, you can take the antique linen and use that, and also if you want to use some vintage photo on the back. So just to let you know. This is another one of the ones with the pattern pieces stacked together, and it's already sewn all the way around. This is done with the directions of the pattern. And a little tag. Another one of those same ones. Oh, and this one was already kind of, this is one of the ones where I try to spray with coffee, and then the from here started bleeding into here. But what I would do on the back of here is just take Tim Holtz Distress ink and just mesh this all over it and just have it look very aged. It already looks pretty aged. So, and then here's another one that's done with the, also with the directions of the pattern piece and my printables. And the ticket, go through your paper collections, you guys, and there's always pages where you can cut out things, and that's where I got these. Just cut all these out so you have all these to play with, okay? As tags, as all kinds of stuff in your junk journals. And then this one keeps coming. Probably need to do something about that. There we go. Make sure this one is. I might have to retape this or glue it or something. There we go. And then this one, another one of my printables. and the back of the pattern pattern directions. And then this is another tag that I made from my from my printables. So I just trimmed it and then corner chomped it, put the little thing there, either put a piece of fun fur through here or some twine, and there we go. Okay, this one is, you know what, that's probably the issue right there. Let's put this here and put this. We'll put that in here. This one just really this tag doesn't really fit. That's the problem. So let's not put that tag here. We'll put that tag somewhere else in another pocket. So this is what we have. We have all of these. So exciting. So you guys, are you guys going to join the Bridgerton inspired junk journal challenge? Please join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. There's a clickable link for the Facebook group below. And like I said, just post, like if you're going to make some of these library pockets, show us your library pockets. Post them on the in the group. If you're going to when you get done with one of your junk journal pages, post that in the group. Once you've done your cover, post that in the group. Just post it all, okay? If you art journal, junk journal, knit, crochet, it doesn't matter what you do. You can come join the group and share what you do. Share your YouTube channel, share your Etsy shop, links to all of that. Do I have, I think I said everything. Also, if you have any questions, just put them below. And I think that is it. I think that's it for now. But I will come back either this week or early next week with another mass making of stuff that you can use in your junk journal. Okay. So I'm going to try to, I'll probably try to do another one on Sunday so I can at least get 2 in a week of different things that you can make to put in your junk journal. Okay. So it's really called mass making for your junk journal. So mass making for your junk journal. And this is a nice mass of of what? Library pockets. One more thing. Make sure you pick up those clear envelopes, because it's really going to keep you organized with all your stuff. These, you get 3 in a pack at Dollar Tree. Now, I got this one from Hobby Lobby. Isn't it beautiful? Happiness is homemade, and it has a zipper on the top. So that's where I'm going to take and put all of my stuff that I make. I'll be putting them in things like this. So when I get ready to do a page, I can just go to my page and then bam. Oh, what time is it? Oh man, I'm going to be an hour and a half. Remember I said I was going to maybe take one of these and put these in my journal. I'll just show you what it looks like. I won't glue it in right now. The problem with these pages is they're already so beautiful, you almost don't want to do anything to them. But, like this plain page right here, how pretty would this be to put that right in the center there? Maybe take a script stamp this whole thing, and then put this right in the center. That would be gorgeous. You could even make it a tip in and tip it in so it goes like this, and then put another pocket down here. You could take this and put it right here and use this as the background, which would look really, really pretty. That would look gorgeous. In fact, what you could do is you could put this in, tape it in or glue it in here and here. Leave it open here and here, the top and here, and then you can stick more stuff in here. So it's like a little side pocket, and you can put stuff in. How cool would that look? Okay, so those are some ideas. I hope you guys love all this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to do all this, if you're going to make the library pockets, if you're going to join the group, if you're going to join the challenge. I hope you guys do. All right, that's it for this one. Talk to you guys soon. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Any comments, questions, leave them below. Join the Facebook group, Our Magical Little Place. Talk to you guys later. Bye.